Say hello. Thank you.
Sorry? Helen, bring me in the dance hall racket.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Fiberomancer YouTube channel, where I talk about all of my knitting, crafting, and the vlogs, the crafting vlogs, my life, everything that I am doing. And this is specifically where I'm talking, where I sit down and I speak to you about what I have been working on, what I plan to work on, and things that I have finished. So if that's something you want to see, you know, make sure you're subscribed, you like the video, and you just keep watching. So it's been a good, oh my gosh, I'm coughing up those chickpeas. It's been a little while since I've sat down and actually showed off any of my projects. I love vlogging, so I love sharing my projects through like vlogging everything, but I know a lot of you guys just like to watch and sit down, so I gotta remember like what I vlogged, if you don't watch those, talking about all of those, and like just to get going. So for those of you who don't watch those videos, obviously I've been going through a very hard and difficult chapter of my life. Well, it's a now closed chapter. But we were taking care of my grandfather who had stage 4 lung cancer, and that chapter has I don't know the right words. You think somebody who's read as much as I have would have the right vocabulary word, because I'm not glad. I'm relieved, I guess, to say that he's no longer here. He's out of pain and suffering. I've had enough time to decompress and like accept and move on from that point. But that is really why I haven't been putting these videos out, because it's a lot easier for me to just, you know, walk around with the camera and show you guys what I've been doing than just to sit down and actually like get in the mindset to have a coffee talk with you all. So on that note, I've got my spooky mug with some tea in it from, oh my gosh, from, where is it? The tea shop, one of the tea shops in Salem. It's amazing. I'm just trying to think of like what the best way to show you my projects that I have been working on. Like, because I've picked up a lot of things and I've also finished a metric ton of things. So I guess you could start with finished objects. So if you didn't watch the last vlog that went up, I made a bunch of baby shower gifts. I will, editing Megan, pop that crap right up here for us all to see. And by crap, I mean the project that I am the proudest of that I have ever finished would be this baby quilt. It was the first time that I ever did freehand or like free motion quilting. And so when you're quilting, like, while the noun is the physical blanket, the action of it is putting all of the layers together. So you have a back, the batting, and then the quilt top, which is where you sew everything and everybody shows off their really cute patterns and fabric and stuff. That's the quilt top. And so that quilt sandwich then gets quilted together. The action of like putting all the layers together is quilting. So I finished that baby quilt and I am never been more proud over a project. There's a vlog, I will link it if you haven't seen it. I'll link it down here too, because I realize the cards don't pop up if you're watching like on your phone, or I think they pop up on a tablet, but not on your phone. And I know I watch a lot of videos on my phone. I have to let that noisy cat out. I also have a good amount of scraps. I put all of it together, leftover from that project, which I have enough to make like a little, like, I want to say like a foot, maybe like a square foot, like little decorative quilt, and do some like hand embroidery things to it to add to it, because that fabric was amazing. So if you didn't watch that video, what I had done was gone over to Valley Fabrics, my favorite local quilting fabric store. It's right next to Webb's. So if you know where Webb's in Northampton is, it's literally right next to it. It's like the perfect double stop shop for both of it, because I can get all of my stuff done. And I bought this pre-made like package of, it's called an amusement pack. So it's like, it had 5 fat quarters in it and a half yard, and it came with a pattern, and that's how I made that quilt. I just realized it's over there. I also bought a second one when I went back to get the rest of the stuff that I needed for finishing that quilt and quilting it, to make right in a nautical themed pack. But I'll talk about that a little bit more when we go into, what is it called, my whips. So I finished that. The sweater that I gifted along with this quilt, along with a bunch of other stuff, because my mom made stuff too, which I have pictures of. My mom made burp cloths, which are an amazing first project if you want to learn how to sew. And I say burp cloths, and we make them really long, so they go from here and then they wrap around to the back, because if you got babies or you have babies or you take care of babies, it's going all over you. And instead of putting like a full-on blanket, like a beach towel, it's like a custom length. It's a really great. But the burp cloths that my mom made when Ryden was born, I actually use as like face wash, like little doodads, like instead of washcloths, I use it to remove my makeup, because the flannel and cotton combo is just a little less abrasive than like an actual washcloth. Or and when I knit washcloths, I use those for washing my body, because I don't use them on my face. But I got really sensitive skin, so don't mind me with my like 15-step skincare routine. But they're amazing. She also made a hat, which I think the hat ended up in the picture. I can't remember, because I took the pictures like 2 weeks ago? I don't know. Quite a while ago at this point. And I made a sweater that went with it, with the quilt. It was the baby vertebra sweater, and that knit up really fast. I'm actually making another one for another baby shower, because my life is now filled with other people's babies. And I'm okay with that, because I'm not having any more babies. So don't ask. Don't be the person that comments on my Facebook when I post baby stuff, is there something you want to tell me, Megan? Because there isn't. Lev and I have come to the decision that 2 is perfect. And if you want to know my logic behind that, that's because you need an even amount of riders for any rides. So I can't have an odd number family. Otherwise, we'd end up with another, because we all need a ride buddy. Okay, so once I finished those, I went on a quilting spree, and I picked up all of the other quilts that I had almost finished and finished those off. So that includes this amazing quilt, which I've talked about, which I got another pack. This was another like pre-made package. It was a charm pack package, which charm packs are the 5-inch squares from Valley Fabric. And I finished this. I think I got pictures of it. I absolutely love it. It's like this little ombre fade of really cute novelty kitschy kids fabric. I did the binding with this really fun orange floral, and my back is like this almost atomic star, but a little bit more cartoonish chartreuse color. I know Tesla loves sleeping on this. I took her blanket, and if I put it on my lap, she'll sit on me, but I can't have her sit on me. Yeah, here, sit on your blankie. I also finished this monstrosity, which this is when so if you haven't watched the video where I'm going through my stash, I found this while I'm decluttering some stuff. And again, this was almost finished. It just needed to be binded. It was completely quilted, and it just needed the binding. So for this one, instead of cutting fabric, I actually used bias tape to go around the edges, because I didn't want to put any thought into this, because I'm kind of over this, but Aurora loves it. So it does have a home and a purpose, and it is very loved. I don't know if you guys can see it all the way. I have no pictures of this one, but whew, there is no pattern for this. This is where I take little strips, right? And I attach them in a giant worm. And then I fold the worm over on itself, and I stitch it up again, and I fold it again. And this is all hot dog ways. If you know hot dog hamburger ways, you know. So yeah, I hate this fabric. It was just me getting into it. The back is also quilted, because I did not, or like has an almost quilt top to it, because I did not have enough fabric to cover it entirely. So while the center is this black and white polka dot, which makes the camera very angry, we've got some red in some more stripes on that half. And then up here I had some extra of the fabric to go around the top to do a little border. This was the most wonky, organically shaped quilt. I did not cut this nice. I did not do anything. This was just a full-on playing with things. And so this was a BICTH to trim up and actually get around and fixed. And I'll put that back in Aurora's bed in a couple seconds. But yeah, that was not a fun endeavor, but it's done. So that in that day, I had finished 3 quilts completely, which was really weird. And then I went and cut out a bunch of fabric for another one when I was done. But we're just talking about finished objects, so let's keep going. I just finished these yesterday while I was listening to, yesterday? Yeah. So this is from the Hello Sailor sock set. I will make sure it's linked down below. It is, this is just a fingering weight, held double. I knitted up on a size 4. It's one of my favorite patterns. It's just a really, really comfy house sock. I didn't know what to do with this yarn. I tried to knit it up in so many ways and I kept on doing it. So I just said, F it. We're just gonna make it into house socks. These might go to Lev, these might go to me. If you don't know who Lev is my emotional support human. He is about the same size as me. He's got the same size feet as me, if that means anything. But yeah, so this was in one of the Farmer's Daughters Fiber Sock Squad, I want to say March of last year. I think it was like Prairie Dog something or other. And I love the speckles. I love the Farmer's Daughters Fibers speckles so much. They give me joy. But since this was a DK pattern, I just held it double. And I finished these. This is the second size on the sock pattern, so I think it was like 44 stitches on a DK weight. But that's a paid for pattern, so I don't want to go into too much, but that's super enjoyable. I finished 2 more pairs of socks. I don't remember what the name of this is, but it's the last pattern to be released for the Handmade Sock Society, and if you have been watching my vlogs, you would know that this is what... Oh, turtle. So this was the turtle was doing funky things. Loves turtle on the other side of the room. If you ever hear like the random bubbling, it's the turtle. I hate that turtle. It's a nightmare for me. Anyways, this is the last sock and pattern to be released in Helen Stewart's Handmade Sock Society. And so this is in, what is it, Ritual Dyes Aquamarine colorway. Last year she did a bunch of the birthstone colorways. Can you see the detail? There we go. It's giving me Buzz Lightyear Space Academy logo vibes, and I can't unsee it. I don't remember where my sock blockers are from, but they're the most obnoxious neon yellow, and I love them. Not neon yellow, what am I talking about? It's highlighter pink, and I don't lose them. And I very rarely use them, but these ones needed it so you could actually see this because the yarn is so light. It is, like I said, the birthstone colorway Aquamarine, so my birthstone for March. And it's very light, but I really like these. I'm happy that I finished these. It's another pair of socks for the sock box. Ooh, trinkets for the trinket drawer. Socks for the sock box. You know, that kind of vibe. And no, don't jump. Tesla's over there near Ghosty, sitting on my new serger that I was gifted, which is yeah, she's sitting on my serger. It's the most expensive. Well, it's the serger case. It's the carrying case. Anyways, it's probably the most expensive cat tree ever, but maybe not. I feel like there's a lot of artisan ones out there, but you know what I mean. She likes to sit on it. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. I need to get in the right headspace. I know Valley Fabrics is having a serger class in the winter, so I probably will be doing that because I'm afraid to fail at things and I want to learn. Anyways, this is the last pair of finished socks that I have. This is a little weird for me to talk about because these are the socks I was working on while I was sitting on my death watch. I hate when I hear phones vibrate. Go somewhere else, phone. Go in there. And that's why I wanted to make sure that I put that little tidbit in the beginning because, oh my gosh, I have clean hair, so it's like falling in my face. Yeah, so this is what I was working on while I was sitting with my grandpa for those last couple of hours. And I've already talked about that, so I'm not gonna go in full detail about sitting with him again. Go watch one of the other 2 videos. There's one from literally the day after, like I talk about it, and then one from a week later during his service because I just needed people to talk to, and you guys have become my internet support system, and I love you all, and I want you all to know that you're not alone. But back to these socks. So this is the one of the it's an opal sock yarn, so it's like makes its own little pattern. I actually tried to match these up. They don't match up exactly, and I don't know how I managed to do this, but that would definitely have to do with the gauge and the stress that I was in. I knit these up on US size 1 or 2.25 millimeter needles, magic loop style. These are my vanilla sock formula, which is, you know, a 2x2 ribbing. Knit this for as long as my phone is. My heel flap and gusset, and then just a decrease in a normal toe, my toe wedge. I like these. This is the, what is it? Naughty Friends, I think, collection. I have the whole collection. I've knit up 4 pairs of this yarn. They're all, I'm trying to think if I have another one over here. They're all similar. Like the pattern is all similar, but different colorways. And I really like them, and they wear really well out of all of my socks. So yeah, I've knit 3 socks, or finished 3 socks since the last episode that I posted at the beginning of August. I also finished the My Favorite Adventure, modified My Favorite Adventure sweater by Dragon Horde Yarn. So again, this is a colorwork sweater. I've talked about it before. This is a sweater that is originally designed to use mini skeins for the Advent season or any countdown, and none of the stripes, it's a striped sweater, and none of the stripes use more than a 20-gram mini, so it is also the perfect scrappy project if you have a lot of scraps. And then you would hold it double, or you wouldn't hold it double, you would have a main color to carry throughout the project. Now, my modified version has absolutely no color work. I just really like the shape of it. I knit it the size 3, and I absolutely love how this turned out. I knit this up in wool and vinyl. Their pop punk sock color or base, which has this beautiful rainbow slub in it, and I love it. And the colorway is Vienna, because how could I not? I actually was gonna wear this to the baby shower that I went to last week, except I ended up wearing my beauty school bright red Hellfire sweater, which is just iconic, and it holds up 3 years later as hands down the favorite sweater that I have ever made. The color combo, the fit of that sweater, it's my favorite sweater I've ever made. And I can say that for 3 years running. But I love the way this fits. Obviously, maybe not obviously, I'm actually wearing my, where's it? It's on this one, my Disney Spirit jersey. So this is what I wear in the house when it gets a little bit chillier, and seeing that we're in the Burr months, or almost, it's August, it's spooky season. I get cold, I get cranky because I'm like a lizard, and if I get too cold, all hell breaks loose. So I like to wear baggier things and layer it up. This is just my house outfit but if I'm going out, I've got nicer sweaters to wear. But again, I love the way this fits. It's a raglan sweater. There's, I think, 11 sizes for Tristan's patterns. There's always so many sizes. She does a great job with making sure the designs are flattering to all figure sizes, and that's not just, you know, based off of the bust circumference, because obviously that's how we measure the sizes, but that doesn't mean it's flattering, because, you know, sometimes there's extra gaping fabric in the back, but she works really hard to make sure all of her patterns are easy to read and they are flattering for all body types, because it's super important to feel good in the things that you make. If you put a lot of time and effort into it, why would you not want to feel good in it? And so yeah, I will definitely be repeating this sweater again. This actually almost fits Lev, because the idea was to make a sweater that we both could wear. He doesn't actually end up liking this color, and it's like about 3.5, 4 inches too short, but I knit this exactly to the measurements, and I mean, maybe he just needs a little extra length to it, but I'll probably be making a version for him out of some other yarn later. He doesn't really wear a sweater to Rhineback, so I don't really need to worry about that. I believe that's everything that I have finished since I've last. Am I moving? I'm moving around. Did I just turn the oven off? I was making my mom pizza. I'm gonna go check if I turned the oven off. Oven is off. I just doing 1,000,007 things, you know. Trying to cook lunch in the background, trying to film, then I gotta edit. Gotta go up there, tell grandma not to move furniture around because it's echoing, you know, all the fun things that I got to do behind the scenes. Catch my breath. So that leads me to what I've been working on that's not complete. So like I had mentioned earlier, I bought another amusement pack, which had a different pattern, pattern in it. And this is all like, can you see? It's like nautical print. I'll pull up the big ones where you can see the fabrics. Because last weekend we got to move the bed for Ryden. So this has like boats and little life preservers. This has got octopuses on it. They looked like divers. My brain went, what? These ones are lighter, but there's like little whale tails, little whale tails going on here. This one is like a fishnet texture. It's very hard to see, so I don't know how it's gonna read on camera. And then more aquatic creatures. I gotta work on this one. I haven't been working on this, but I cut this all out. It's got a bunch of different size squares. Again, the amusement packs come with a pattern when you buy them, which leads me to this other project that I've been working on. So if you follow me on Instagram, it's down there somewhere. Follow me on Instagram if you don't. I'm assuming that you guys do at this point. You would have seen I had a poll, which, you know, novelty wine fabric did you guys prefer, because it's giving me early 2000 Tuscan kitchen vibes, and I cannot unsee it. And so we have had a plethora of wine novelty printed fabric, and I go, I don't know what we're gonna do with this. I'll make a blanket to take to the vineyard, because there, you know, we have a local vineyard we like to go to and drink. So this is not finished. I just started this, but this is using the same pattern and same technique that the baby quilt blanket was made with. And this is my, I can't show it all to you, but you get the picture, right? You get it. And then the back, guys, screams, mommy needs another glass of wine, am I right? More wine. But I have more wine fabric. Like, come on, if this is not Tuscan kitchen, like, where are my sunflowers? Where are my weird bottles of decorative oils? You know the vibe. Like, there's a Pinterest for, you know. But I had to do something, and I had this batting, and I don't like this batting. This is the polyfill kind of batting. I folded it over twice because it was much larger and I didn't want to use it in another project. So this is becoming a little bit more lofty, but I figured that would be totally fine when my goal is to have this to be sitting on in the lawn at our vineyard or black birch. But what so we had all of that. I was able to create basically an entire quilt out of absolutely nothing. That I didn't have to buy anything to make that. Again, I do not like that polyfill batting. I prefer the cotton batting for making my quilts. And now I have a preference as I finish off all of these. But it was just so funny because I was like, what do I do with multiple yards of different wine print fabric in an entire jelly roll? So a jelly roll is, do I have any over here? I don't. They're the packages of the long 2.5 strips by, I don't know, whatever, 40, I think, long. And they're like, it's round. So I had a whole roll of those that I put into that quilt top because I lost my train of thoughts. Aurora came in here, asked me a million questions. The jelly rolls. So I used the novelty print wine jelly rolls because I had no freaking clue what to do with that. And then I had 2.5 yards of that back fabric that I showed you again with the wine bottles on it. And then I have another, like, I have this fabric that I'm gonna use to bind it that is just like, I don't even know. Oh, it's got wine names inside these little like laurel wreath things. Like, I don't know. And I still have more left over, but my goal was to use as much of it as possible by creating that. My grandma came down this morning and absolutely fell in love with it. And I'm just laughing because I think it's the, I'm finishing it and I'd rather have an unfinished, unperfect project, but I really don't, I'm not loving it, but it's gonna serve its purpose and it's gonna take some really cute photos, but I wanna use it and it's gonna be used and it's going to be loved. So after that, well, before that, it's on the side of the table. Using another Lion Brand Pound of Love. I don't know what colorway. I've had this forever. It's like, I want to say a forest green. It's covered in little wine fabric scraps because it was on the table. The jelly rolls were pink and sheared, so like the little zigzag stitched up, and they like make all sorts of little fabric dust. See if I can show you. Like this, obviously you can see the thread on here, but like all of these little dust little things are from quilting. So I need to finish this. I started another baby vertebra sweater in that green for the other baby shower that I have to go to in 2 weeks. So this whole body is done. I have obviously 2 sleeves and a center band. I struggled to come up with the words for that one too. This baby is due in the end of September, I believe. I don't know, relatively soon. And I started a little bankhead hat that matches. I have other things that I'm going to gift because I have Halloween stuff to give the baby because the baby will be here before Halloween and your ghoul gotta give some Halloween goodies to the baby. But that is 2 projects that I'm working on. These will be done. These will be done really soon and photographed. I'm also working on, what is this? The Outline Raglan by Jessie May. I bought this this yarn at Yarn Centric from Ex Libris. I love this colorway. That's pretty true. It is the Renfield colorway because I'm here for all of those all the vibes on the Ursula base, which is a 3-ply sock. 3-ply sock. It is 70 superwash merino, 20 yak, and 10 nylon. There are 437 yards in this. And I am making the Outline Raglan. And I know, whoa, what's going on here? Did I like drop a stitch or something? Oh, please don't tell me I dropped a stitch. Always dropping stitches. Anyways, I'm not very far on this. I know this pattern's actually written for a DK weight, but I've come to realize that I don't love a thicker, you can come at me when you see my other projects. I don't love a thicker sweater. Like sometimes I do, but you know, this I just like the drape and of a fingering weight sweater, and I know it takes forever, so I do have gauge. Did I gauge swatch? No. Did I spray it with water after I cast it on and then measure it? Yes. Did it match the gauge after I did that? Yes. And so that is as gauge swatchy as we're gonna get. I also was knitting a size up, mathing in the head, up, yeah, up. I knit a size larger to get the size that I would have wanted if I worked in a DK weight. I don't remember what size that was. Don't ask me. I don't think that page is on Ravelry. It's not. Thank you for confirming that, Tesla. That would be that. I picked up, oh my gosh, get the yarn out, off. I picked up a project that I've been working on. This is Alder Eldon. I didn't write it down. My computer's got my ring light on top of it. I cannot. Say hello. Thank you. I didn't look at the... I will link the info down below because I can't... You just curled up real close. You are a loud breather. Anyways, I started working on this a long time ago, and I cannot, like earlier this year, not a long time ago. In the scheme of, it's a long time ago because I was trying to make a list of everything that I went through this year, and I just don't know how I'm functioning at this point because I have no idea how I'm functioning or how I'm doing okay and how I'm raw dogging all of my emotions because I like what? Yeah, I am in no way saying that you shouldn't take care of your mental health and that you shouldn't seek help and go on medication, but I'm not on any medication. I don't take medication, and I'm literally raw dogging emotion-wise through all of these events that have happened. And if you're new here and you're like, what's going on? I've gone through way more events and deaths and family deaths and my best friend dying and family members stabbing me in the back and lots and lots of terrible things this year, and I've made it this far. So anyways, I cast this on, I want to say maybe in April. Oh, it looks so good on the camera, right? Okay, well, oh, it's puckering. It'll fix and blocking. It didn't pucker before. Anyways, this is whatever the pattern I just said it was. I will link it down below. I am using, where did the little tag go? I put the tag here. Where did the tag go? It's a discontinued yarn. Tesla, get off. I gotta get the other ball. I gotta get the other ball. No! Don't trip me. I don't want you on this. You're scabby right now. So this is the Cloud-Worn Fiber Highland Fingering. I don't know what color. It's in a natural coloring. Natural coloring. I don't know what that means. Stone Heather, right? This is my main color. And this is a patent Croy sock that I was using for my color work. And it is the most autumnal thing. And I just realized this literally matches the sweater of loves that I just watched. So yeah, how many inches am I in the body? I'm in Body City. I don't know, I'm that far. Let's say 4 inches. Did I just I pulled live stitches off. Well, deal with you later. It actually matches the sweater of blouse, which is really funny. This is a love sweater. I didn't make this. I'm not taking credit for this. I didn't make this. But yeah, it's almost. This is a cotton sweater. Look at that. Look at that. It's really close. Anyways, I love the patent gray sock. It is a little bit of a thicker fingering weight, but I do find it to be a very economical alternative for, say, Spin Cycle to get that really fun faded, you know, barber pulley, that whatever that is. But I want to finish this. I just finished the color work last night. I was like halfway through with it, and then yesterday I finished the color work, and now I'm in the body. And then this morning, because I'm a cheeky cast on person, I started a flax pullover with some yarn. This is Green Mountain Spinnery. Where's the full skein? I originally bought this sweater years ago when I like started lifestyle knitting, and it was gonna be a sweater for Lev, and then my gauge was off because I didn't know what the heck gauge was. Like, heck that, you know. So this is the Weekend Wool. It is a two-ply worsted weight, 100% American wool. All right. And this is in the colorway Poppy. Oh my gosh. And I literally just cast this on before I started filming, so I'm not very far. I just got done with the short row shaping, and I'm just loving, I'm living for these woolier wools right now. Does that make sense? The woolier wool, you know, not the merinos. Ugh, my makeup's smudging again. Whatever. We're all just, I put the makeup on because it looks better on the camera, and it looks good with the light because it's too dark not to have the ring light on today. Did I just spill it? Did you guys just watch me spill tea down my body? Probably. Anyways, I'm loving how this is turning out, knitting up on the size 10 needles. This will be so quick. I'm just like, this is gonna be like such the cottage core. I guess it could be even dark academia vibes. I don't know. It just gives me like British winter farmy vibes for some reason. I watch too many shows with my mom. I don't know. So that's what I was working on. Those are the active working on things. There's so many things. And then I get to come and talk to you guys about, what are we all wearing a Rhineback? I started thinking about it, right? So if you watched my leaning across the table, if you watched my vlogs, and if you haven't, you should go check those out. I bought some fabric. I'm always buying fabric. I bought this when I bought baby stuff. Check out this really cute mushrooms that have my pink tones. My pink tones that I'm obsessed with in, right? Yeah, okay. So last year at Indie Untangled, from Nano Stitch Lab, I bought, what color is this? The Rose Quartz colorway. Look at that. Are those green speckles on a pink yarn to go with my green dress with the pink, what will be a green dress with pink pom-poms, mushrooms on it? Yeah, it is. Is this gonna be what I wear to Wool Info? Most likely. What am I gonna knit at this? I have no fucking clue. But the energy's there. It's a vibe, it's a fit. I'm looking for some really cute boots to go with it. This will be another baby doll dress because one can never have too many baby doll dresses with mushrooms on it. I'm at 3 that I've made, I think. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, this is one fit. All right, this is my Friday Fringe fit. Friday Fringe fit. So, moving forward, I have these 2 lovely tweed, pointing out more tweed, guys, tweed alert, from Plies and Hellhounds in the Evening Storm colorway. I pulled this out of my box. That's all Plies and Hellhounds yarn because I have quite a few of it. I have a good amount of it. So this is a lovely, like, I don't even know, smoky, warmy. It's moody, if you know Gabby's dyes, and like her aesthetic, it's perfect, right? It's everything. It's giving me Haunted Lighthouse Keeper. Anyways, oh, what's that? Another yarn, what does that mean? Color work. All right, what color work sweater are we doing? I believe, what is it called? Where is my phone? I threw it in that bag. I believe it's called the ICU sweater. Let me double check because I really want to get this one right. Let me look this up. What was that with tongues? What the heck is this on my For You page? Look at these different types of tongues. What? What is this? They did it. I think there's silicone prosthetic tongues for special effects. Thinks in romance novel. Anyways, it's so weird. Now I can't stop looking. Okay. No. We're on a mission. No, we're typing things in wrong. I see you sweater. Tags. Yes, this is the name of the sweater. So this is going to be my Rhineback sweater, guys. Are you ready? Should I not tell you? Anyways, this is what I'm gonna make. And here's it. Oh, you can see it a little bit. Come on. Anyways, I don't know why it wants to pop up like that. That's what I'm making. All right. Main color, eyeballs. It's serving me Madame Leota, and since I had to cancel my Disney trip, I figured I'd get a 2-for-1 when I get to go to Disney next time, because it will probably be in January, and it gets cold in January, so I can wear a fingering weight sweater in Florida in January. I think I can. At least at night I can. That's my Rhineback projects. Shh. Anyways, I will be at Rhineback at the New York Sheep and Wool Festival all weekend. So I will be there on Friday. I'm going to Cake and Woolen Folk. I'm sadly not doing indie this year. I love all the vendors there, and I love you all. And I know if you're watching, you're gonna be sad that I'm not gonna be there. But I am going with my grandma. My grandma is coming with me, my mom. The squad is bringing grandma, so me, my mom, Lev, and the babies, both of them. And my mom and grandma want to do Woolen Folk more, so while I could have squeezed in indie, I just want to, you know, I want to be there with my family, and I'm excited for that because I haven't gone in the past 2 years, and it looks really cool. Let's see what else. Yeah, and then I'll be at the fairgrounds at New York Sheep and Wool all day Saturday. You'll find me on the hill. I'm thinking that maybe if you guys are like doing halfway to Hans, I don't know, I feel like we should collectively hive mind, make like a project together for the hill if you're going and you watch me. Like, what if we did like little witch hats or something? Would that be cute? Is that too much? Is that too much? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe I'll post some videos on DIY witch hats during October, because my goal is to post a video every day during October, and if you guys know in the past, I can't stick to posting every single day for anything. So it's a big goal. We got big things coming. Also, I've put together, I just spit. Did I spit on the camera? Oh, clean the lens. Anyways, I'm finally putting together all of my oddities and curios, so that will be coming soon. I don't know if I'll be doing blind boxes first or if I'm gonna get rid of a couple of my personal collection pieces so you guys know what will be coming. This has been a goal of mine for a couple of, I think 2 years now, and I think we're finally in a place where I can get it going, which is very exciting for me. But that is literally everything that I could possibly talk about today with you guys. Obviously, I've done a lot of reading, if you follow me on Goodreads, but I'm gonna put that in a separate video because I think this is gonna be a long one, and I think I'll let you guys skip that. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't vlogged this week, so there's nothing to touch on vlogs. There's nothing to touch on that I haven't already talked about. So thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, you like this video, and you have the bell on because my posting schedule is completely out of control. So if you want to make sure you're up to date on all of my new videos, get a notification by hitting the bell. And I love you all. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.